we all function so differently that we're all in charge of kind of making sure that this workout works for us. So that's just all we're getting at. And you're in charge of being safe for you. And we're here to motivate each other. And that's just kind of the format. All right, we got 4:35 here. So Lacey, if you want to go ahead and start the music. And then we are just going to nice and easy start warming up. We don't want to do anything that hurts. You don't want, joints popping or anything. We're not playing through the pain here. We are just warming up. So we're going to start with some punches. I'll be honest, I was really rooting for a Detroit Lions win, and we have a Motown themed playlist today. But as you start to get warm, reach a little further, stretch a little farther, but not snapping your joints, nothing popping. And we're just going to keep going. We want to get that blood pumping. All right. Shake that out, and let's exhale all that air out of our lungs, and let's reach forward. Letting that body relax. It takes me a little while for my body to relax. I'll usually get a spasm or two. But I'm trying to reach for those toes. And I can get about as far as my ankles. Big exhale, and then slowly coming up. It's really easy for me to get lightheaded coming up here. I'm getting a little lightheaded now, and I got to take my time, take some breaths, and then we're stretching up. Always spazzing out. All right. All right, shake those arms out. I like keeping the blood pumping. Got to keep my legs. Man, my legs have not been staying put recently. All right, we're going to take our right arm and reach across the left. Really reaching as far as you can. And remember, nothing that hurts. All right, switching arms. And I'm going to kind of lean forward into this and get a little extra stretch out of it. Feel some tightness here. All right, back to the right behind the head. And you see I'm wiggling all over, spazzing out. My body doesn't like getting in this position, but second try, there we go. Switching back to the left. I forgot to change that audio setting. Is this audio pretty distracting compared to last time? Cool. All right, shake that out. Then I like to stretch my wrists. Some people like to push them together. I like to do one at a time, but get a good stretch on my wrist. My wrists are very tight. I have wrist extension, but no flexion to bring it up against gravity here. You know what I mean? Like I have extension only, and they just get really tight, and I got to stretch them out. So we're on our break here, and I'm going to keep stretching my wrists. You guys make sure you're getting your water. Making sure we're going to the bathroom if we need to. You know, there's plenty of times where I have issues with my catheter in this class, and just step off screen, or I guess I'm not stepping anywhere, but slide off screen or right here, get it corrected. But make sure you're feeling good. Get those things fixed now. Let's not put them off. All right. So let me see here. All right. As soon as the music starts, we're gonna be working the core. We're gonna be working it side to side. So make sure you're ready for that. Butts in the head. There we go. All right. Starting to the right, reaching down. And it's you're leaning to the right and you're reaching down with your arm. I know my arm's off screen here, but you want to make sure that you're reaching. Thinking about everything here. As you pull it up, you're pulling your bicep up. You're exaggerating the movement coming up. I don't have any involvement below my chest really, but when I do exercises like this, I'm thinking about, pushing off of my toes. I'm thinking about engaging my legs and my glutes, and there's probably nothing going on, but that helps me try to create that connection and hopefully, get a better movement. Keep it up. I don't know about you guys, but I've always done this exercise ever since I was first injured inpatient. But I start at the top of my head trying to feel connections with the nerves and the body and the sensory. And I start at the top of my head and I would just work all the way down my body. And, there's no connectivity according to doctors below the line, but I experience it in my head and I feel like I'm working on it. And if nothing else, I feel a little more connected to my body. Let's switch to the left. All right, switching back to the right, but we're adding a press at the end. Reaching down and then pressing up if you can. If you can do shoulder raises, do that. Do whatever is challenging for you, but try to add a little something to this. All right, let's switch. All right, arms out straight like we're making a T here, and we're a big teacup, and we're tilting to the right, tilting to the left. Like a plane coming into land. All right. Great job there. All right. It's really important for me at the end of every song, my butt slides around, and so I got to slide back, pressing off my elbows. That's something I've really been focusing on in my weight routine right now, as I'm trying to really work on. I mean, they're called tricep extensions, but my triceps don't work. It's a shoulder depression. It looks like, I'm doing a tricep extension, but I don't have triceps. So, but by doing shoulder depression, I transfer myself independently, and that was something that took 3 years of practice in a pool. It was a C5 quad complete, and we're not bound to our diagnosis or our injury level, but it was pretty unknown whether I would be able to transfer or not. And that was something that I really wanted to work at. And I practiced in a pool for 3 years with water up to my neck in a bench, but using the water to support my weight. And we were able to, put stuff under my butt and slowly bring me out of the water. And that's how I eventually transferred. All right, and I'm behind getting my water there. I apologize. All right. Okay. Just starting off working that core front to back. Getting that chest down to your knees. Letting that back relax. And then coming up. Taking your time. If you're getting lightheaded, slow it down. Found out, yes. All right, now as you're doing this, let's start to reach a little bit here. And you can reach down, or if you can get all the way up and reach out, do that. And I like to go slow so I can work on control. If you want to work on speed, you go for it. You do what is right for you. And only you know what's right for you. I don't claim to know you better than you know yourself. Make sure your doctor's cool with it. That's all I ask. All right, now we're going to grade this up again. So we're going to go reach out and then reach up. Reach out. Reach up. Belle, lay down, baby. Reach out. Reach up. Go to bed, Belle. I have a very protective dog, and I live in an apartment, so she always thinks she's having to save me from something. All right, shake that out. Now we're going to punch left, coming back, punch right. Punch left, come back, punch right. Coming right into the camera like this, I'm having to look at myself. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when I feel like I'm coming down with a UTI, I notice that like my skin breaks out. I feel like my skin gets worse, particularly on my back and around my nose and stuff where it's oily, and I'm breaking out all right here. And then, it doesn't help that I try to pop pimples myself and my fingers don't work. So all I end up doing is mutilating everything. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but UTI, let's shake that out and take our break. But when I feel like I'm coming down with a UTI, TMI, but is there such a thing with this injury in the life that we're living? But my urine just smells really, really odd. It's almost savory in a way. It's super weird. It's super strong, but it's not really that bad of a smell. But it's surely not healthy. Whatever's going on, but trying to flush that out. And yeah, the spasticity and then the oily skin are two things that I really notice when I feel like I have a UTI. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. All right. Next coming up, we're gonna work on the arms on this one. I joked around last time that, it's arms or core in here, right? We're going to try to balance it back and forth, but definitely going to work some arms next. So here we go. And I like to start punching just to get it warmed up. Do this for about 30 seconds. When I was like 8 years old, my dad got me a record player for Christmas and gave me all his old records. And this was one of the records. I don't want to get too much of this, but people are always talking about, transgender and what kids think of that. But I remember this album cover was Rick James wearing like high-heeled boots, and I remember thinking it was really weird. Like I was like, "Oh, that dude's wearing boots," but I never thought anything more about it. I just listened to the music, and I never, as a child, I never considered his sexuality, is what I will say. So, but moving on, let's do some arm raises. And when I do these, I like to use the camera in front of me and try to keep my arms straight up and down so I'm keeping good form. And I'm trying to push this as high as I can comfortably. I feel some resistance there and it starts getting tight, and then I back off. But, as wheelchair users, particularly, we just ask so much of our shoulders. And I like a lot of these little strengthening. Excuse me, I'm burping. All right, let's switch to the right. Keep it up. All right, arms bent. Get your hands up by your shoulders, and then coming up as high as possible. And I'm trying to bring my back off of the wheelchair back here, make my core work a little extra hard. It's really hard once I get up here. I don't know if it's particularly my disability, if you guys experience it too, but I get really tippy up here, and it's good to work on that balance. Ooh. All right. Shake that out, get some water. Check your catheter, make sure everything's good there if that's appropriate for you. Reposition your butt in your chair. Sometimes I need my seatbelt. If you need your seatbelt, get that on. I'm always having to adjust my feet. Let's make sure our feet are in a good position. It really amazes me when I first figured out, even though, like I said, I'm C5 complete, so supposedly nothing below the chest, anything happening. Having my feet in the correct position when I do things makes such a big difference. The base of support that I get, from my feet being planted, and then I get a little more stability out of my thighs and my legs here, and that just is kind of the foundation that this tippy core, with a handful of muscles working, that's the foundation I'm sitting on. And if I can get that foundation square, it really does make a big difference. All right. Okay. All right. Starting with your hands in at your chest and then reaching to the right, pulling it back in. And I'm doing a little running man here. I need a counterweight to help compensate. but I'm trying to reduce that. Keep it up. We're about halfway through the class here. You guys are doing great. Switch. That's challenging. All right. Shake that out. All right. Arms down straight. And we're just doing some curls. This is, if any of you have weights, that might be appropriate for you right now. But we're just going to get this movement down, and then we're going to add to it. We're going to end up going from curl into press. Now let's work on going down and then curling. Curling up. Extend those arms and then curl it up. All right, you know what's next. From here, pronating and pushing. Press. Oh. All right, great job, everybody. Shake that out. Keep on top of the water. You know, it's okay to get water every break. Make sure you're not getting waterlogged. It's okay to work through every break. It's whatever is appropriate for you. I don't know what's appropriate for you, and maybe you don't. You know, that's part of this journey. You know, I've really struggled with that. Something I'm not good at is stopping when I've done too much, and that's something that I've had to really learn as I get older. That if I push it too hard and injure myself, that is a huge setback. I have not helped myself out at all. And to be honest, I heal like shit now. You know, it takes me forever to recover. It takes me forever to get things going again. And so it's really important to be smart and stop it, not cause the injury. You know, we're gonna have enough things go wrong without pushing it too hard ourselves. So we really gotta learn our bodies and make sure that we're not adding fuel to that fire. All right. Ooh, yeah. All right. Let's go back to some punches. All right, let's sit upright. Let's punch up. Trying to punch as straight up as I can, and this is really challenging. Ooh. Man, keep pushing this. I'm really struggling here, and I'm always telling my therapists and workout partners that this is not pain. This is my effort face. I'll stop if it's painful, but I had one therapist that worked with me that he wanted to take my picture when I had effort on my face and just make a calendar out of the ugly faces that I make when I work out. All right, shake that out. Just flap those wings. And we're hunching over a little bit, and then we're coming up proud. And crunching a little bit, and coming up proud. All right, twist that core. Let's punch it out till this song's over. All right. Whew. Arms are starting to burn already. All right, staying on top of things. You're more than welcome to keep working out through the breaks. If you need the break, take it. I'm taking the break. I'm trying to get water every break. I don't know. It's like I feel like when I have UTI, it's like the bacteria tries to encourage me not to drink water. There's just something about me where it's like really hard for me to force myself to hydrate when I feel like I'm coming down with the UTI. But so I'm really trying to focus on the water every break. I see a lot of you working out through the break. That's awesome. That's super motivating for me to see, and keep it up. I was telling you guys that when I struggle with hydration, I start flavoring my water, and I've added the Mios little squirt bottle thing to my water. And I really like that. It's really easy for me to, with my mouth, I'm able to squirt some of it into the bottle, and that works out really well for me. Okay. I'm going to move this. Reaching down to the toes, and then coming up to press. And it takes me a little while to get this train moving because my body wants to spaz out, but you guys dive right in if your body lets you. Keep it up. We're going to change it up here in just a second. All right, reaching out, trying to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then coming up. Try to elevate those arms a little bit, wherever it's challenging, and then come back. I'm really feeling that in the back of my shoulders. It's challenging, but it's not painful. All right, punching, but really twisting those shoulders. Punching way right, then way left. Really trying to activate that core. I'm really trying to get as much movement in this thoracic spine as I can, and not like slamming hard into the end range there. I don't want to push anything past it, but just feel that twist. All right. Okay, another break. Let's get some more water. I like this Motown. These bouts are a little shorter than the other music genres, and that's good. That's more like a traditional hit workout. What we do is a little more, I don't know, more like circuit training. It's all kind of hybrid. What works for us, but what's important is that we're moving and burning calories, and I think it works for us. Mm. I'm a big fan of the cherry flavored Mios. And this is one I try to use during the day. It's got a little bit of caffeine in it. I've been a little tired lately. I'm not sleeping well per usual. And I saw this thing the other day, just talking about how important sleep is, and like really try to get that at least 6.5, 7. And I keep telling myself that I can get by on 3 to 4, and you know, maybe I'm awake every day, and I'm cognitively, I don't think I'm losing it, but it's not good for me. It's not good for me. Okay, punch to the side and back, and a little reach to the side, increasing that reach as you warm up. Keep it up. Switch to the left. I don't know if you guys catch it, and it's not super consistent, but I always try to pepper in little elements like this. Like I plan on doing reaches during this song, and I just like to have little Easter eggs like that in here. It makes me happy when I'm designing the workout, whether you guys notice it or not. Ooh. All right, now let's reach forward. Reaching out, and then bringing those elbows back, tucking that back, getting upright. Oh. Oh. All right, get upright, and then set those arms like this, then pressing up. Excuse me, I'm burping here. I apologize, guys. All right. All right, back to some punches. All right, shake that out. How's everybody doing? Hope you're hanging in there. It looks like you're all kicking butt. You're all looking, yeah, I like it. Y'all look very strong. I appreciate it. It is really motivating for me to look out and see all you guys working so hard. So I do appreciate that. And always, this class is very open to feedback. If there's something that you would like to see that I'm not doing, let me know. This is all about what you want. Um, I'm not a seasoned pro at this. I'm trying to figure this out. So whatever you guys want, let me know, and we'll work it out together. Over the course of this class, we've added music, we've added the breaks. I think it's evolved quite a bit, but we can always get better. I am excited. I'm meeting with some people at Drexel University. I have a call set up, some PTs that design workout classes for people in wheelchairs. So I'm trying to improve the quality of the workout here. They're gonna help me come up with some more courses and some more moves that are designed by physical therapists. So that'll be coming. That call is February 6th, I believe. It's single digits February, but that'll be coming up next. All right, but let's get back to work. Reaching down to those toes, coming back up. All right. You're going to reach across and come up. And then reach across and come up. Reach across. Come up. Oh, I messed that up. Reach across. Come up. Come up. All right. Some punches. All right, really work that core. Start twisting some more. All right. Reaching to the side. Reaching to this side. Reaching to that side. Reach to that side. All right, left arm raises. All right. Break here. We'll go back to I'll try to remember to go back to the right arm when we start. Finish that out. Get some water. Okay, coming up here. All right, this is our last song of working out. And then we got the cool down and stretch. So, whatever you got left in the tank, give her heck for this last one here. Trying to watch my mouth. I have a tendency to say a four-letter word occasionally, and I'm trying to stop that. All right. Just about through that 1 minute break. Get ready with the right arm. I tell you, the sleep's not affecting my memory, but I was sure worried about remembering to get that right arm up. We'll see. All right. All right. I'm going to tilt back a little bit so I can get a little more motion out of my core. I know a lot of you are in manual chairs and you don't have that option. All right. Leaning back and then coming forward. Trying to come all the way down. And I gotta go slow through the first couple of reps. It takes my body a little bit. But we're going front to back. And then as that warms up, come forward. And then we're going to try to work it in a circle here, 360 degrees, staying off your back support. Now, I have a very small circle that I can work in here because I am not strong doing this, but that doesn't mean that it's not important. I'm just trying to go in a full circle coming off the back support. And obviously, I'm using my arms here quite a bit, but I'm trying to reduce that. And nope, there I go. Almost lost it. Had to grab myself. All right, whatever direction you're going, reverse it. Sometimes it amazes me how something that small of a change, like reversing the direction, just throws my coordination off. Not that I was too coordinated to begin with. All right, sitting upright, punching up. Man. Finish with some presses. Just keep going. Oh. All right. Great job, guys. Whew. Take a second to catch your breath. We're gonna stretch and cool down. If you still got gas in the tank, keep pumping. A lot of you are still working. Maybe I need to make these workouts harder. You guys are killing it. Good job. But yeah, we got this 1 minute break here, and then we will stretch, cool down, try to keep everything limber. Taking care of our bodies after we ask a lot from it. Let me get another drink of water. I'm talking all this game about hydration. I better come through. All right. Okay. Let's just start taking some really deep breaths. Inhale, trying to fill those lungs completely. Blowing it all the way out. I like to hunch over when I'm blowing out and use my ribs pushing on myself to kind of empty those lungs completely. But keep breathing really deep, nice and long. Inhale, filling those lungs completely. Nice long exhale, emptying everything out. I had a therapist that would say, smell the roses and blow out the candles. But as you exhale next, exhale and come down in front, bringing your chest to your knees and just really empty all that air out. And coming up nice and slow, making sure not to get too lightheaded. I think a little bit is to be expected, but making sure we're safe. Let's take that right arm across the front. Switch. Stretch those wrists. My wrist is really tight. All right, shake that out. And then just some nice and easy, we're punching and then we're retracting and feeling that range of motion. Just kind of loosening everything up, twisting that core. All right. Thank you all very much for joining Positively Fit this week. I really appreciate it. We will be back here live again next Tuesday at 4:30, and I have recorded versions available on my Positively Paralyzed YouTube, and I post updates on my Positively Paralyzed Instagram account. So please give me a follow and share everything that I have going on, and we will get more classes like this coming to you guys. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Go Chiefs.